Hey everybody, it's Quantum Leap Revisited, a show that we do once a week where we talk about the classic show Quantum Leap. Sorry for being late, and I think that this isn't actually what we're supposed to be seeing. It's not my avatar. Let's see if I can switch. I'm really good at this technology stuff, so let's see if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. I feel like there's a way. Oh, here you go. Here, I did it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's the first time that I tried to switch from that one to this one, and it actually worked. Yeah, and I wish I could tell you if somebody was going to show up or not. I don't know that either. Today is Thanksgiving, and usually we do stuff here on Thanksgiving, and I didn't want to not do it because I know some people enjoy hanging out. Here, I'll even put this thing here. And where's the logo? Here you go. So I figured maybe I can sit here and first of all, if there's topics that Quantum Leap related that you have that you want to bring up, you can bring it up in the chat. And that's one thing that we could do that we usually don't do. So if you have questions or things like that. The other thing I was thinking about is maybe to try to think about the best guest stars that we've had on Quantum Leap. But the thing is that it's all from the top of my head. So I'm just trying to think of guest stars that I liked. Uh, one thing that I think that recently we all said that we liked was Jennifer Aniston. She was pretty good. And let me see if I can find the picture. Quantum Leap. That was probably one of her first roles. Jennifer Aniston, if you happen to remember that. I'm trying to pull up the picture. I'm really good in the technology department. I'm doing everything. Okay, wait a second. Okay, maybe this will be good. Okay, I think this is it. It's hard to define text. I agree with you. I don't know if it's easy to define. I don't know why this looks so big. Okay, that sounded naughty, but no. So yeah, so you have Jennifer Aniston. I thought that was a good episode, and she was good in it. And what was cool about it was you didn't know who she was at this point. She was not a known actress. This is such an early role, and I thought that was pretty good. I don't know if they were really good at their acting, or I don't know who you're talking about. Terry Farrell, that was a good one too. So, yeah, Terry Farrell was a good one. Terry Farrell was like at her peak Terry Farrell when she was on this thing. And 1 second. How's everybody enjoying their Thanksgiving? I want to check out some people in their comments here. First of all, I'm sorry I was late, but there was another stream and I was trying to finish that one to make it to this one, and sometimes so Tex Rogers says, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you. Kit Kat says, what's this? A secret stream. This is just a very chill kind of we're hanging out type of stream. Matthew McGee, this makes my day, a Thanksgiving stream. Thank you. Thank you guys. It's I just enjoy hanging out with you all. That's my main thing, and we do it every week. And I just felt like, hey, I ate some turkey, and now why don't I sit and do this cool stream if anybody feels like hanging out. Kit Kat said, so sad I missed last week. Glad I can watch this. Absolutely. Tex Rogers wishes everybody a good Thanksgiving. Let me see what else is going on here. I love how so many people have showed up here. Okay, I was in another chat room, accidentally hit Price's 845 one. I see. Yeah, I confuse everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, Tomac 511. And yeah, so I think that this was a good episode. Another one we were talking about Terry Farrell. Let's see. This is what she looks like now. I mean, she still looks okay. I don't know how to show this. I guess she looks like this now. I mean, she's still a nice looking lady, but I will say that when she appeared on Quantum Leap, I mean, I want to be careful here. It's not that I myself have anything to write home about, but I'm saying considering how great she looked on Quantum Leap, I mean, nobody could remain that age forever. For her age, she obviously looks very nice. She's still a nice looking lady, but I think that on Quantum Leap, she was especially. I'm not going to get out of this, am I? She did look very nice on Quantum Leap, that's for sure. Let's see if I can find this. This is what she looked like on Quantum Leap, and I feel like this was, yes, I'm about to be canceled. Backyard TARDIS, my top guests, Terry Farrell, Terry Hatcher, Jennifer Aniston, and Bruce McGill. You know, those are some good names. Good names. So we are like family, so it's appropriate to spend some of Thanksgiving together. Yes. Hey, Scribelight, how's it going? I don't want to pressure anybody. Of course, Scribe, you're always, if you're around. I haven't done a stream with him in a while, but Scribe is great. He has his own channel. He does a lot of cool stuff. It would be nice to, and he's been a guest here on Quantum Leap Revisited before. And I always like seeing him. Now I can't seem to find. Ever since Elon Musk rolled out that new chat on Twitter, it's become so difficult to communicate with anybody. I sent a link just in case he's around. In any case, yeah, it's been. It used to be that on Twitter, even if I didn't use the app, I really liked the DM groups, but I feel like they really ruined it with this new rollout. The actress who did Glinda was 63 at the time. Really? Are you serious? Glinda from The Wizard of Oz? No way she was 63. Glinda actress, Wizard of Oz. Let's see. Was it Billy Burke? Who was in the original one? Billy Burke. Okay. Let's see. She was born in 1884 and she died in 1970 when she was 85. So that means that if it was in 39, you have to subtract like 30 years. That means that she was more like 55 when she filmed the role, I think. Even though she looks younger than 55, but still fair to say that she was 55. Happy Thanksgiving, Marla Sharondoff. Nice to see you here. It was Billy Burke. Yeah, she was great. She was great. The only thing with Terry Farrell, and I've said this before, I've always been annoyed in that final season of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Really, really annoyed that they. I understand she wanted to go somewhere else, and they didn't want to write her off properly. That whole situation was really crappy. I never liked what they did with her character there. I don't have anything against that lady. I always forget the actress's name that came to replace her. I just never felt strongly about her. It's nothing personal. I don't hate the actress. I know she did the best she could, but the replacement for Terry Farrell on Deep Space Nine, I've always had an issue with that. Can anybody remember her name? What's the name of the other? I can't remember now even the character name. It was something else like it was Jax, but she had a different name. Like they I can't remember. It wasn't Jadzia Dax. It was like some other Dax. Esri Desk. Yeah, yes, thank you. Nicole is a friend. Is that her name? Nicole, what's her last name? I don't have anything against the actress. She seemed nice enough. It's just that after so many seasons that you're so used to Terry Farrell and you really love her in the role, and anybody else that would have stepped in instead of her would have been a letdown. Have nothing against the actress. The actress has done nothing wrong. It's just that the character wasn't. I didn't have that same connection. And I remember that they did that thing where it's like the opposite universe, and like they brought her into the fold, and I couldn't understand why because they shouldn't have even known who she was. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Nobody probably understands what I was saying. She was in National Lampoon Senior Trip. What's her last name? It's Nicole, but I can't remember her last name. I've blocked her out. Sorry. Maybe she's great. Maybe she's great. She's done nothing wrong. Like I don't have anything against her. But in any case, even at 54, you're right. Glinda looked great at 54. That actress was terrific. She gave a terrific performance. For me, that's always Glinda. You know, recently we had this Wizard of Oz, and I've talked about it on a few streams. Not Wizard of Oz, Wicked. Wicked 1 and 2. Now, I always say this, that I didn't care as long as it was some subversive deconstruction on Broadway, some kind of play. I didn't care. But once they made it into movies and they try to sort of make it seem like it's legitimately a prequel and a sequel to The Wizard of Oz, that I don't like. And in the Wizard of Oz now, in the Wicked for Good now, they show images of Dorothy from behind that looks like Judy Garland, and you're supposed to think to yourself in your mind, oh, this is part of the original movie, part of the original classic, and I didn't like that. Nicole de Burr, yes. Backyard Tarded says they didn't give Esri Dax good material, writing her as someone who doesn't believe in herself when the audience didn't believe in her was a mistake. I agree. But really, I don't think that there was anything that could have happened there where people would have been happy. She was put in a difficult position, that actress. I don't hate her. I didn't look at her and say, "Oh, I hate this lady." I just feel like she had a very, very big shoes to fill there and a very difficult role to take on, and she did the best she could. Certainly, she's fine, but in my mind, I always only remember Terry Farrell, and I've almost blocked the other one out of my mind for whatever reasons. So yeah, so this let me see if I can find this. That's interesting. They have this thing now, Dorothy in Wicked for Good, and I'll explain to you what I mean. Basically, see the thing is here. Let me share this thing. The thing is that the 1939 movie Wizard of Oz had a very, very specific imagery. There were certain clothes that were worn. There were certain hairstyles. There were certain things happening in the movie that was unique to that movie. Now, what they're doing in Wicked for Good, which they didn't even do in the play, is throughout the movie, you see Dorothy from behind walking around. And it's really suggested that you're watching the original classic movie, but from a different angle. And that I don't like. It's bad enough that those movies are in my opinion, terrible. Terrible disrespect to the Wizard of Oz to begin with. But if you put it on a Broadway play and people want to see it, I think that's fine. Once you turn it into movies and you try to piggyback off something much better, that was much better than what you did, that's a classic, that I don't like. In this movie, Dorothy, in this new Wicked for Good, Dorothy is basically a useful idiot. And the Wizard of Oz, if you don't know, he loves harming animals. In both movies, all the Wizard of Oz does, every second you see him, he lies to people because he wants to collect animals and harm them. That's his dream in every scene that he's in. Can't get behind a movie like that. Some ladies, maybe they like the songs there, whatever it is, it's fine. If you like the musical, you like the songs. I don't like that kind of disrespect. And for me, the Wizard of Oz, the original Wizard of Oz movie, that's a classic. Doing this kind of piggybacking, not for me. Backyard TARDIS says, half of Wicked for Good isn't even from the Wicked book or play. The second movie is basically the third act, so they super bloated it. Yeah, it is. It is what it is. I know some ladies like it. Maybe some people watching the stream, that we love Wicked. It's fine. I'm not upset at people for liking something that I don't like. I, as a matter of principle, do not like Wicked or Wicked for Good. I lo- I think that Wicked for Good is worse than Wicked, but I don't like either of them. They're both kind of slippery and sneaky, and I don't need it. And you know what? If at least they wouldn't have done the thing with Dorothy, even then I didn't like it. Even in the first movie, I felt they used it like the bubble with Glinda and the Yellow Brick Road. They used a lot of images that you saw in the original movie, even in the first Wicked, to try to make you feel like you're in the same world, and I didn't like that. And in the second one, they go all in on that. So, yeah, I don't know. I think there's more to the Wizard of Oz than him hating animals. I don't know how he's been reduced to the Wizard of Oz animal hater. Not to mention other things that you know. I don't want to start getting into that, but he's also a bit suspicious when it comes to the ladies, and let's leave it at that. So yeah, not really my thing. Uh, Tex says I've watched both reviews by Price. He really doesn't like either one. You're right. Uh, Matthew McGee's wife Chrissy is trying to drag me to see the new Wicked, but I'm trying to get out of it. You know, I know a lot of women like it. I can't take that away from women, and I know women from different. You know, it's not even from one political side of the political spectrum, whatever. I think that a lot of women I have met, no matter what their background is, what their opinions are, what ideologies they like, this is the kind of thing that speaks to a lot of women. I can't say that I like it, but I can't take that away from people. People like it, let them like it. For, I mean, I didn't like the movie Barbie either, but a lot of ladies liked it. But with Barbie, at least, I thought to myself, well, it's not like Barbie was something that I was going to enjoy. It was obvious that it was for women. So if they want to make it about how much they hate men, that's fine, I guess. But doing that to The Wizard of Oz doesn't feel as organic to me, personally. Kit Kat says, I'm a woman and I don't like it. It does not speak to me. That's fine. Again, I'm not I'm not hating on anybody that likes it. I'm just saying that trying to insert Dorothy into your movie to make it seem like it's legit, and they don't show her face so that you think it's Judy Garland, I don't like that. That's me personally. In any case, Wizard of Oz animal hater coming soon, but that's what he is. That's all that he is in the movie. That, and he has does suspicious things with ladies, and he hates animals. I mean, surely there has to be more to the wizard than that. And a lot of people will say, well, in the original one he was very slippery. Yeah, he was slippery but well meaning. You could tell that he had good intentions, but he was slippery. He wasn't that bad. I mean, he wasn't such a jerk. Like, jerk is an understatement. They want to make him like this evil villain throughout two movies. It's too much. The Barbie movie wasn't for me either. Yeah, I didn't like that. Suspicious things with women. See, when I watch the movie, there's a twist at some point, and I'll try not to ruin it in case somebody wants to watch it. That it turns out that the wizard had a flask that he used to walk around with. The flask had a green chemical, and some ladies would drink from this flask. And let's leave it at that. It's more ambiguous in the movie. I just thought that it was weird that he added this flask, and because this thing went by so quickly, I had wondered if they were suggesting that there was something sinister about the wizard and this flask with a strange green chemical. I later found out that in the book it specifically stated that this is indeed very sinister, whereas in the movie it's sort of presented ambiguously as though ladies happen to enjoy drinking a strange chemical out of his flask. That sounds weird. I don't know how I got here. Sorry, Marla. Ron Donofero, you're not 100% wrong. That's kind of it. Michael says Barbie movie was shit. I went outside after a few minutes. Uh, that is fine. I have to respect that. Yeah. I'm trying to wonder why I didn't walk. Whoa, the reason why I didn't walk out of it. Well, two reasons. First of all, I rarely walk out of movies, even if it's the worst movie ever. I try to sit there and watch the whole thing. And if I have to review it, then I can't seriously review it if I left in the middle. So I had to stay. And yes, there was a lot of suffering that I had to do to watch that movie. Yeah, it is a modern film and thus man-hating. Sounds like a green genie. Yeah, but again, in this movie, as opposed to the book, I guess it's trying to sort of show that he pulls out the flask and the woman enjoys drinking the strange liquid. I'm just saying that I think that it's very, very strange that he hates animals and walks around with a strange green liquid. That's the best I can put it. Uh, Michael says I left the girl in the movie. Uh, I understand. Anyhow, perhaps the good witch would catch the spell on him that makes him unable to. That's the. Is that why what's her name is green? The green liquid. Yes, he has. I'm sorry, this is somewhat of a spoiler. Uh, it apparently in one part of the movie that goes by very quickly, it's suggested that the Wizard of Oz had an affair with the Wicked Witch of the West's mother, and basically she was married at the time, but he had this flask with a green chemical, and she really enjoyed drinking it. um they go through it so quickly. It's funny because every stupid thing that happens in this movie, they sing about it for an hour, and in this one very big revelation in the movie, which is supposed to be like the most important movie moment in maybe the whole movie, 5 seconds you see like a few quick cuts, flashback, he's with a flask, it goes by, blink and you miss it. Like it goes, and you have Jeff Goldblum in the background like narrating. He's like, oh well, I had this flask and blah, 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 like he just mumbles something, I can't even hear what he's saying, and 2 seconds later they're not showing you any more of it, and I'm like, man, why does he have a green flask? But that was my that was my take on it. Tracy Alexander, never saw Barbie either. All I need from the press. Yeah, I mean, at least if nothing else, I'll say that Margot Robbie I thought was really good casting as Barbie. I thought she was great in the role. She was perfect to play Barbie. It's just that the screenplay was, again, she doesn't like the patriarchy and all this other weird stuff. I will say that Will Ferrell collected a check to be in that movie, and there were a few scenes that at least he made me chuckle. But with the exception of chuckling a few times from Will Ferrell and thinking that Margot Robbie at least looks the part, most of it was just shitty. Sorry for the bad word. I try to keep it clean on these streams, but there's nobody here except for me, so what can I do? Anyhow, yeah, so that was the green liquid, and this is Dorothy. How did we get to this thing? I don't even know. Uh, Michelle Ferry says, we need good movies and TV shows. Where are the good stories that entertain us and not preach to the audience? It's kind of strange. I grew up at a time that there were so many sitcoms that were funny. I was thinking about it now. So many, either sitcoms that were funny, TV shows that were interesting, and even movies that took risks. Like, let's look at a movie like I think 1987. Okay, uh, uh, I'm trying to find this, like 1987 movie releases. Let's see, 1987. All the okay. This is actually interesting. Let's see what the share screen 1987 in film. So let's look at movies that did well in 1987. The top 10 of that year. Can you see it? Am I sharing it? Yeah, okay. So let's look at it. We have Three Men and a Baby. Well, I could take it or leave it. I mean, it's okay. Fatal Attraction. Eh, you know. Beverly Hills Cop 2. I did like that one. Good Morning Vietnam. That was a good movie. Moonstruck, it was a good movie, I guess. The Untouchables, fantastic. Love that movie. Secret of My Success, call it a guilty pleasure. I thought that Michael J. Fox did great in that one. Stakeout, it was fine for whatever it was. Lethal Weapon, that was a good movie. Witches of East was pretty good. But one thing I can say is that all of these movies were relatively either like Beverly Hills Cop was a sequel, but to an IP that was original and created a few years earlier. All the other stuff, except for maybe Three Men and a Baby, that was a remake, but all the other stuff had a fresh angle on it. You know, they were the movies that are very different from each other. Fatal Attraction was this kind of thriller with Glenn Close having an affair with Michael Douglas and then like stalking him. It was kind of interesting. Beverly Hills Cop 2 was fun. Good Morning Vietnam, Robin Williams in a role where he does comedy, but it's also serious at the same time. Thought that was good. Moonstruck, you know, it's not a movie that I sit around and watch all the time, but you know, it had a young Nicolas Cage, it had Cher in it, had Danny Aiello. I thought that generally speaking, that movie, it had its charm and it was different than the other movies. The Untouchables, that is a great, great movie. Probably from this list, that's probably my favorite movie. The Untouchables. Love that movie. Even today, if I watch it, like I still love it. It's great. I will say that Sean Connery didn't feel like doing an Irish accent. He just sounds Scottish and he doesn't care. But that's like that in every movie. But aside from that, fantastic. I don't even care. Sean Connery can speak any way he wants. Secret of My Success, like that, Stakeout, Lethal Weapon. All of them were very different. I don't know if you saw The Secret of My Success is the one that Michael J. Fox is like starting in the mailroom of some company, but he's sort of climbing the corporate ladder and pretending to be an executive. It's this whole kind of thing. It's cool, very 80s. Stakeout had, I think, what's his face, Richard Dreyfuss and Emilio Estevez, and they were doing some kind of police thing. I'm surprised it made more than Lethal Weapon because Lethal Weapon is the better movie with Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. Lethal Weapon, absolutely the better movie. The Witches of Eastwick, again, Jack Nicholson giving a very Jack Nicholson performance, also has Cher in it, also has Michelle Pfeiffer in it. And I think that the third lady is Susan Sarandon, who is kind of annoying, and I don't prefer her weird crap these days, but I think she's in this movie. Let's see if I was right. Was it? Yep, Susan Sarandon, Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, she used to be all right. I once met Susan Sarandon at an event. I didn't really say much to her, just exchanged a few words. She seemed nice in person, but in recent years, I think she's become very, 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 very political, sometimes with very stupid takes, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I wonder what other movies came out this year. I feel like there should have been more. How is it that we don't have. Ugh. I wish I had the full list. There must have been more movies than this. Okay, movie releases between this date and this date. Are you guys still here? I don't even know if anybody's still here. Back then she was okay. Yep. She was okay. I liked Secret of My Success. Yeah, it was fun. The Secret of My Success. Which one did Rhonda Nefero didn't see? Untouchables? Never saw Untouchables. Man, that's a classic. Tell your wife that if she wants to see a really good movie with you, you guys should sit down and watch The Untouchables. I'm sure she's going to be super excited. Especially if she likes Wicked, she's going to love The Untouchables. It has Elliot Ness battling, you know, the mobsters and stuff. She'll love that stuff. Okay, so let's look at this list. We have The Running Man. The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was kind of a silly movie, but to be honest, much better than the new one. I did a review for that on my main channel. Much better than the new one. Arnold Schwarzenegger gives a very Arnold Schwarzenegger type of performance, but you know what? It's fun. It's playful. It knows what it's supposed to be. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and I think it's not his best movie, but it's not. I don't hate the movie either. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. What a classic when it comes to a buddy comedy. I mean, Steve Martin and John Candy are just so great in this movie. I've seen this one many times. There's moments here that are just, you know, classic. They don't make these kind of actors and comedians like that anymore. I feel like everything we have now is third rate compared to the kind of talent we used to see like that. Predator. Predator is a good movie. Predator is a good movie. It was was a hybrid between a few different genres. It was sci-fi. It was thriller. It was an action. It was a bit of horror, all in one. And again, uh, Arnold Schwarzenegger may not be the best actor in the world, but him walking around with all of his muscles in the jungle with all the other guys with their big guns and whatever, that's what you expect from this kind of movie. It's like a testosterone fueled movie. Uh, exactly what you expect. I don't know if anybody's still here. Let's see. Richard Dawson was great in the original Running Man. That's true. Rhonda Nefero, I do enjoy The Princess Bride, except for one bit toward the end. Which part towards the end didn't you like? I'm kind of curious now. So next we have The Princess Bride, obviously also a classic. Had some great performances in there. Full Metal Jacket. Uh, that's one that I've only seen once many years ago. I usually don't love war movies. That's just me. I don't mind if it's a war movie that's kind of like, sci-fi, but if it's seriously trying to recreate a war that really existed, I usually don't love that. It is a quality movie, but just not for me. Lost Boys, classic. Uh, I feel like I'm surprised if the Lost Boys were made today, they'd make like 7 sequels to it. I'm very surprised that they just made one, but I did enjoy it. It had some great, you know, it had a good cast. It did whatever it was supposed to do. They were vampires and young. It was quirky and fun. And again, look at this list of movies and compare it to what we're getting now. Every movie is completely different from the other one. Everything is a different style. It's completely like it's not all the same movie. It's not 70 sequels. The Untouchables, great. Dirty Dancing. Listen, Dirty Dancing, I'll be honest with you. It's a movie more for women, but I will. The Lost Boys had 2 sequels. I've never watched them. They must have been these kind of direct to DVD ones because I've never seen those movies. Tex Rogers says too much CGI in modern films. In any case, Dirty Dancing, that's more of a movie for women. But I'll tell you this, even movies for women were kind of more interesting then. I think that somehow there's a certain charm to Dirty Dancing that even though it's not necessarily that I'm the target audience, even as a kid, I wasn't the target audience, even as an adult, there's something to kind of be okay with about that movie. I don't hate it either. I can't believe I don't hate it, but I don't hate the movie. I mean, maybe also good performances. Jennifer Grey, Patrick Swayze. I think that they gave solid performances and carried the movie. It's a very small another situation where basically it was like an indie. It was a very low budget movie, but they went ahead and made it. It was a big hit. They used to do that kind of stuff. Spaceballs, amazing. Maybe I know a lot of people like Blazing Saddles, and I like it too, and History of the World, which I also like. But for me, Spaceballs is the ultimate Mel Brooks movie. So we have that. Lethal Weapon, great. RoboCop, awesome movie. Awesome movie. Love RoboCop. RoboCop is like, again, I didn't see a movie quite like RoboCop before RoboCop. Backyard Artist says, I like Dirty Dancing because it's a great date night movie. Yeah, it's nice and pleasant to take a date to. RoboCop was just like they didn't make a movie like that prior, and it was such a good movie. It's so well made. Even until today, I'd be happy to sit down and watch RoboCop. It is such a good movie. And I think that over time, it's a movie that only the appreciation towards it grows. That when it came out, you're like, this is a good movie. But over the years, you're thinking, wow, that's a really good movie. Wall Street, again, different from all the other ones. Also, good movie. Had Michael Douglas probably in his best performance of his career. Had Charlie Sheen when he was taking his roles more seriously before he kind of did all that weird stuff. Thought he was good in this too. It was a real good movie. Fatal Attraction. Fatal Attraction, we talked about that. Moonstruck, we talked about it. Hellraiser, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen this. Don't know what to say about it. Have never seen it. Sorry, guys. You can tell me if it's a good movie or not. Michael says he loves Wall Street. Yeah, Wall Street was good. It was it had a good angle to it. I think that before that movie, nobody had really shown Wall Street from that angle, and how like somebody like Michael Douglas is doing all this kind of insider trading. It's very interesting. Rhonda Nefero, haven't seen Hellraiser. How about old movies like Casablanca? You know, somebody this week talked to me about it, how like they think Casablanca is the most brilliant thing that ever happened. And I basically said that I appreciate Casablanca. I think it's a quality movie, and I can appreciate why people would like it, but it's not a movie that I've seen a million times. I watched it a few times. I can appreciate that it's a good movie. It doesn't I don't feel a connection to it like that. I don't watch it and think, "Wow." I just think yeah, it's good for its time. It does whatever it does. It's a classic. I'll show it the respect that it gets, but not my favorite movie. So that's how I feel about Casablanca. Uh Matthew McGee says, Michael, if you liked Wall Street, you might enjoy the TV show called Billions. I'll tell you what, Billions, I think that the first few seasons were actually good, but it's a show that, in my opinion, outstayed its welcome. And once one of the main guys just left the show, and the guy that I probably liked the most on the show, that really was kind of a nosedive. But earlier seasons of that show were pretty interesting. I'll give you that. Hellraiser was great for its a horror movie slasher. I don't know. I'm surprised that I haven't seen it, but I haven't seen it. Empire of the Sun. Empire of the Sun was the first movie with Christian Bale, and it was like a period piece about like Japanese occupation in World War II, whatever. It was. It's not. I think it's is it Spielberg directing it, and I think Christian Bale is a young actor in it. Certainly, everybody does their role in this movie very well. It's a very well made movie. It's just not a movie that I enjoy. Unfortunately, I didn't enjoy it then, and I don't feel like enjoying it now. It's not. It's not my thing. Kind of a downer. Good Morning Vietnam, strong movie, solid movie. Again, I like it for the parts that like Robin Williams brings so much energy to the role. It is kind of a downer at the end of the day. There's something of a bummer in this whole movie, but it's not a bad one. Angel Heart is a strange one. It has Mickey Rourke, it has Lisa Bonet being very naughty, and it has Robert De Niro. I thought that the movie was pretty interesting. It's not one that I watch all the time or rewatch. I don't really care about it that much, but it was an interesting movie. I don't hate it. It does whatever it does. Well, it is Thanksgiving, so in this Thanksgiving stream, we're just kind of going all over the place. I said it was top secret, so I didn't commit to anything. Beverly Hills Cop 2. That's basically I think that the first Beverly Hills Cop is better than the second one, but if nothing else, the second one is a worthy sequel. And if you want to tie it to Quantum Leap, you remember that Dean Stockwell was in this movie. Many of you maybe don't remember, but he played, I think, the henchman for the main bad guy, and he had some kind of gun range. I think that Dean Stockwell is in this movie. Somebody can correct me, but I remember him being in this movie. Uh, let's see if anybody remembers. There are Quantum Leap issues, like how does Al figure out how to find Sam each time? Where apparently they scan through time and they find him, Tex. That's how they get it done. Wings of Desire, I don't know what that is. I've never even heard of it. The other movies that I didn't see, at least I knew what they were. Never, or I think it was just Hellraiser. Never even seen this. Don't know what this is. An angel tires of his purely ethereal life of merely overseeing the human activity of Berlin's residents, and longs for the tangible joys of physical existence when he falls in love with a mortal. Is this like a German movie? I don't think any American person watches this thing. Overboard. A lot of people like this movie. I feel like they have rose colored glasses or whatever you want to call it. I saw it as a kid. It was pleasant enough. Some people are like, oh, I love that movie. I thought it was fine. I remember seeing it and it was all right. It's not a movie that I cared like over the years to continuously revisit. Sure, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn are fine in their roles. There's an interesting premise. I think later they tried to do a remake of it. But keep in mind all the movies that we've seen now and how different they are from each other. How each one is doing something new, something different, something that people hadn't really seen exactly like that before. Raising Arizona, that's a Coen brother movie. Dean Stockwell as Charles Kane. Thank you, Marla. Price of Reason Live, but that doesn't fit with Gushy and Al's discussion mirror image. You're probably right. I just figure they have some technical thing they do, and they do it. they do what they can. Raising Arizona, you got to be in the right mood, but fun movie. Yeah, it's a very kind of early Coen brother movie. Out of the movies of the Coen brothers, it's one that I've seen it several times, but if I think now I want to throw one of their movies in and watch it, it's probably not going to be at the top of my list, but I do enjoy it. I think that there's some great performances. Nicolas Cage, great performance. I think it's Holly Hunter. I think is it Holly Hunter? Holly whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The Living Daylights. That's a James Bond with Timothy Dalton. Not my favorite James Bond movie. Some people enjoyed his take and they thought it was a bit more gritty and realistic. Somehow his movies, just they weren't as delightful as they should be. It's fine if like Bond wants to be a little gritty, but he also has to have a little bit of, tongue-in-cheek humor. And I felt that Timothy Dalton didn't really lean into the tongue-in-cheek humor. And that's maybe one of the reasons that he also wasn't as well received, even though he's a really good actor, Timothy Dalton. Adventures in Babysitting. Yep, Adventures in Babysitting, and had Elizabeth Shue in it. That was a good movie. She looked good in it. It had a young Vincent D'Onofrio playing that garage guy / Thor. The only thing is, I don't know if you know this. They've recently uploaded this thing to Disney Plus or whatever it is. But now when you watch Adventures in Babysitting, they've sanitized the language. So there's a known sentence in the movie where she says, "Don't F with the babysitter." And it's a known sentence. That's like what you remember in the movie. So they redubbed it for the Disney version now. So she says, "Don't mess with the babysitter." And her mouth is saying F, but she's saying mess. I don't like that. I don't like that. They found another few plus spots that they tried to sanitize the language. It's like, just show the movie. Just show whatever the movie is. I didn't ask you to sanitize it. I don't like that they're taking upon themselves to go back and retroactively clean up movies that somebody says something that they think is insensitive. I don't like all of that. Just show the movie. It's not that offensive. There's nothing there that happens that's truly offensive. Near Dark, don't know what that is. No Way Out, what a great movie. Underrated movie. It has Kevin Costner in it. I think Sean Young, and it has Gene Hackman in this kind of espionage thriller thing. Really like this movie. Haven't watched it in a minute, but I've always kind of enjoyed this movie. Witches of Eastwick was fine for whatever it was. The Last Emperor. I remember this one. This one is very vague to me. I feel like I've seen this movie, but I can't remember much about it. Not amongst my favorites. Evil Dead 2, I have seen that. I haven't seen those movies in many years. I think I have to revisit them, but certainly Bruce Campbell does a very interesting performance there. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Really like that movie. That is top-notch Nightmare on Elm Street. In Mirror Image, Alan Gushy say that they can't find Sam because there's no one in the waiting room, which implies they talk to the person to find him. But yeah, I don't know. A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Best of the Series. I watch it every Halloween time. It is very, very fun. Now, if I had to be honest, I think that probably the highest quality out of all of them is still the first one because it took itself very seriously there. But whereas the second one was just kind of goofy and weird, the third one felt like more of a proper sequel to the first one. And I thought that they did some good things with it. Don't tell anybody, but I even enjoyed the fourth one. I actually probably liked no, I mean the fifth one and the sixth one, there was already a dip in quality, but I still enjoyed the fourth one. Inner Space, Dennis Quaid, Meg Ryan, Martin Short, good movie. I mean, it's a bit silly if you really think about it, but there's something to enjoy in it. It's a good movie. Can't Buy Me Love had Patrick Dempsey and some other actress that I don't remember now, and it was fine. Like for teenagers or whatever it is, it was okay. Mannequin, I think it had a young Kim Cattrall in it, who looked very nice. If that's what I'm thinking. The other guy, is it like Andrew McCarthy? I don't even flipping know who the other guy is. I do remember Kim Cattrall looking good in it. Some Kind of Wonderful. It had Eric Stoltz in it, Leah Thompson, And Mary Elizabeth San Antonio. I think that I'm confusing a few names. Mary Elizabeth something. Now I'm curious. Mary Elizabeth. It had Mary Stuart Masterson. Oh well. I guess I got her confused with the lady from Scarface. That's not nice of me. What's the chat saying? I feel like everybody's run away. Well, have a good evening, Tex. And yes, my wife and I are going to do Ticket to Ride. I don't really know what that means, but you guys have a fun night, Tex. And thank you for everybody that was tuning in. I hope you don't mind that I'm going over weird movies from the 80s, from 1987. Very specific thing. It's a board game. Have fun, man. Tell your wife happy Thanksgiving, too. And yeah, you guys in the chat can tell me if you're suffering of me looking at movies from 87, but I was already riding with it. I was going on that wave and it was interesting, but I don't know if it's interesting to you. You can tell me otherwise if you feel like it. Nobody's saying anything in the chat. I have no idea. I do see that Tracy Alexander is joining it. If Tracy is enjoying it, then that's all I need to know. I saw most of those movies, Michelle Ferry says. Now I hardly watch many movies in the last 3 years. Yeah, that's the problem. That look at what a selection we had in 1 year. So many kind of movies that you know their names, you know what they are. They have a place in pop culture. They all came out in 1 year. So many different genres and styles and all this stuff. And then look at what we have now. Hamburger Hill, another one of those kind of war movies. Not my thing. Maurice, can't say that I remember even what this is. Sorry. Over the Top. Over the Top is the ultimate like B movie with Stallone. The fact that he is doing arm wrestling with some guy and wants to be the arm wrestling champion. This movie is like so over the top. It's called Over the Top. It's over the top 80s ridiculous. And as dumb as it is, there's something, call it a guilty pleasure, call it whatever you want. I can't say that I hate the movie, even though it is ridiculous. It is absurd, this movie. Flowers in the Attic. You know, I never really loved this Flowers in the Attic. I never loved this whole thing. It's kind of creepy and weird. I wasn't really excited about the book. I didn't really like the movie. I've watched it once many years ago. Felt kind of icky watching it. It's not really my thing. It's fine if you like it. Masters of the Universe. You know, that movie had good intentions. Dolph Lundgren had good intentions. I think Frank Langella or whatever his name is did a pretty good Skeletor. It's just the studio that was making this, Golan. I think it was like Canon with Golan and Globus, and I think that they were losing money because of this movie. They didn't have money for this, and they didn't have money for Superman 4, so both movies came out crappy. Au revoir, les enfants. Au revoir, les enfants. That's some French movie that I've never seen and never will, probably. But I did my best to say the name of it. Hopefully somebody will appreciate that I tried to say the name properly as best I could. I studied French back in the day, although don't know what I could do with it now. Probably could barely have a conversation. Less Than Zero. Never seen this one, and I've always heard it was good, and I didn't see it, I admit. 3 O'Clock High, I didn't watch that. This is already now, I think we're going to like lower tier. Where's the Friend's House? I don't know. Wicked Sea, I don't know. Summer School, I did see with Mark Harmon. It was passable enough. City on Fire, didn't see it. Superman 4 Quest for Peace. Well, you know, it had Eddie Murphy in it. Not Eddie Murphy. It had Christopher Reeve in it. I was looking at Eddie Murphy Raw. Superman, you know, I like that Christopher Reeve was in this movie. He still gives a good performance. Gene Hackman is still good. The movie is terrible because they had a budget problem. Blood Rage, don't know what that is. Eddie Murphy Raw, Secret of My Success. I'm gonna go a bit faster because some of these I don't even know. We've gotten to kind of the lower tier ones, so much so that at some point I don't even know what this thing is. Yes, Roxanne. I remember it had Steve Martin in it, and it was like based on the book. He had this big nose and fell in love with a lady. Jaws: The Revenge is a crappy movie. Throw Mama from the Train. That was a good movie. Kind of quirky. Harry and the Hendersons in some markets was called Bigfoot and the Hendersons. That was good. Stakeout. In any case, I think that it's fair to say that we just looked at so many movies that were released in that year, and so many of them were good. And yeah, Roxanne was good. Yeah, Roxanne was likable. It was one of those movies that, is carried by the likability of Steve Martin. It's otherwise a ridiculous and stupid movie, but it did what it did. It was pleasant enough. Backyard Artist says, "I love Superman: Quest for Peace. My second favorite Superman movie. Can't really understand why, but." Matthew McGee says, "You passed by the Little Brave Toaster. One of my favorite cartoons growing up. Have never watched it." Yeah, I mean, back in the day, Steve Martin, it wouldn't be the first time that you give him kind of a mediocre movie, but he manages to elevate it. Steve Martin is a real talent. I feel like, throughout the years, sometimes he choose movies to do that probably were offbeat and too quirky. I feel like, his talents may not have always been used in the best possible way, but I can't deny that almost any movie with Steve Martin in it, he brings something interesting to his performance and all that stuff. So yeah, we went over all this stuff, and let me think if there was something else. I do think, where do I see like Quantum Leap what the ratings of episodes are? Like, how do I know the best rated episodes? Or does it even work that way? I don't know. I've never done this. Episodes. Does it sort by top rated? Top rated. Okay. So, can you see this? Let me see it. I hope I was sharing before. Yeah. I hope you saw those movies I was looking at. Okay. Okay, can you see this now? So, the top episode that they have in first place is The Leap Home. Number 2 is Mirror Image. I don't know, I wouldn't put Mirror Image as number 2. I liked it, I wouldn't put that as number 2. Leap Home, Vietnam, MIA. Those were similar ones that we had. The Leap Back, Shock Theater. These were good ones. Color of Truth, Jimmy, A Leap for Lisa. They were kind of generous with A Leap for Lisa. Had a lot of holes in it. It's a Wonderful Leap. I know Ro really likes that one, so it's nice that it got its recognition. Let's see for a second. Good Morning Peoria. I know that's another one that Ro likes. Justice. I thought it was good, Justice. Grapes. Yeah, I don't know. Kamikaze Kid. I did like that one. Future Boy's a good one. The Execution one, I wouldn't have put that in 16. Leap Between States. I kind of like that one. Another Mother. Again, just because of the van that we had a chuckle about it. Deliver Us from Evil. That's the first one with the Evil Leaper. Thought that was good. Killing Time. I don't know if I would have put it in 20. Nowhere to Run. They probably did that because it had Jennifer Aniston in it. So help me God, I can't remember this one. Which one? Oh, okay. This was the one that he defends a woman in court. It was pretty good. I don't know if it was this. This is where I put it. Boogeyman one. I like that one. It's not bad. Trilogy Part 3 got 24. I'm really surprised. Nick would have given it like an F. Quantum Leap, A Little Miracle. That I kind of like that one. That's a pretty good one. Americanization of Machiko. It's a good one. Genesis. Yeah. Black on White and Fire. Yeah. 29th place, Private Dancer. 30th place, Running for Honor. 31st place, Temptation Eye. I like Temptation Eyes. 32nd place, Trilogy Part 2. Not sure about that. Oh, they split Genesis up into 2. I'm trying to check if there's anybody still here. Where's the Chimp episode? Well, they haven't rated it high yet, so I'm still checking, Nick. 34th place, Catch a Falling Star. That's the one that he's Don Quixote. I kind of like that one. Goodnight, Dear Heart. I actually would have given Goodnight, Dear Heart a much higher spot than this. That's one that I really like, or at least a higher spot. Pool Hall Blues. It's pretty good. Number 37, Trilogy Part 1. That should have been the trilogy with the highest score, and the other ones should be lower. Number 38, What Price Gloria? He's a woman in it. I don't love it. It's all right. I mean, it's a good one, but you know what I'm saying. Ghost Ship. I kind of like that one, but it's fine. It's fine. Glitter Rock. I didn't mind that one. Harvey Oswald in 41. This should be like in the bottom 5. Quantum Leap Nuclear Family also. I don't know why it's in the middle. The Wrong Stuff, which is the Chimp one, Nick, is 43. Also, I'm against that. Single Drop of Rain, the one with the rain, 44. Fine. Freedom, fine. Honeymoon Express, I would have given higher than 46. Memphis Melody is the one that he's Elvis. I would drop that much lower. Quantum Leap Promised Land. Just because of the scene with the father in the end, I kind of like it, but I don't think I would give it more than this. Return of the Evil Leaper. I don't know. Maybe it could be a little higher than this. It's 49. Runaway 50, that's fine. Starcross, the one with Terry Hatcher, is 51. I would have given this a much higher score. Just for Terry Hatcher being in it and looking so pleasant would have been better. This one, A Hunting We Will Go with the Bounty Hunter, it's all right. Blind Faith of the Pianist, some people don't like that one. Disco Inferno, it's fine. Double Identity, that's the one with If I'm Lying, I'm Dying. That one is I think I would have given that lower. Marilyn Monroe probably lower as well. Lee Harvey Oswald Part 1. How is this 57? How does this even here? Miss Deep South, that was a kind of, out of all the ones that he's a woman, that one was a one that I thought was a little amusing at least. Roberto, Curse of Ptahhotep. Yeah, it was all right, I guess. Some people like that one, I think. Quantum Leap, 8.5 months. Not my favorite one. How the Test Was Won. Leaping of the Shrew, the one with Brooke Shields. They could have given that better, just with Brooke Shields being in it. Permanent Wave was a bad one. That should have been really low. Play Ball is, mid-level. Revenge of the Evil Leaper. I mean, it wasn't so great, but I probably would have given a better grade than this. Starlight Starbright. That's the one with the UFOs. Unchained. That's one of the convicts. I thought it was better than 68. All Americans. It's all right. Animal Frat. I think that Nick hates this one. It's okay. Hurricane. I rather liked Hurricane. I would have given it a higher one. Leap of Faith is the one of the priest. Not that great. Played Against Seymour. I liked Played Against Seymour. How is it in 73rd place? This was actually a legitimately good episode. Rebel Without a Clue. Well, it had its moments, but then there was that stupid thing with the author. Southern Comforts. It's not the best. It's the one with a escort home. I don't know how I call it. Brothel. Yeah, I can't believe that the Chimp was 31. The 43. Like, I agree with you. That's way too high. The first episode I saw was At What Price, Gloria? Hurricane wasn't a boxer. It was one that there's an actual hurricane and his girlfriend is going to die or something, and he's a sheriff. Thought that was pretty good. Then you have A Song for the Soul, The Great Spontini. That was all right. But I've seen like ones that were kind of crappy that they put way above this. Dreams is one that some people didn't like. I kind of liked it, but again, I wouldn't have given it 78. Her Charm was a pretty solid episode. Deserved better than 79. Leaping In Without a Net. Nick doesn't like this one because they keep talking about doing the triple flip or something. Still think it's better than the Chimp one. I mean, this was a better one. 81, Maybe Baby. That one is a bad one. That one is like bottom 5, the Maybe Baby one. Piano Man. It was all right, Piano Man. I don't know if it should be as low as it is. I didn't. It's not the best episode, but it's not the worst. The Right Hand of God. It was all right, I guess. Thou Shall Not. Thou Shall Not was a depressing episode, but I thought it was well made. I think it deserved more than 84. Heart of a Champion. It was all right. There's ones that were really bad that they gave higher ones. I don't know why. One Strobe Over the Line. I kind of like that one with the model. Seabride. I enjoyed Seabride. That was one that I would have given a higher score to. What I will say is that most of the grades here, like 7 to 9, like relatively speaking, like we always say, that Quantum Leap, its baseline is most people enjoy the episodes. It's getting pretty decent grades, even the ones that are quote unquote bad. The Beast Within, that was the one with a Bigfoot and whatever. It's fine. The Last Gunfighter, it's all right, even though that grandfather was acting irresponsibly weird. Tale of Two Sweeties should be bottom 5. I mean, it's bottom 10, but I think it should be even lower. Except for Nick. Nick loved it. I don't know. I'm just saying that. I don't know if he loved it. The Plays the Thing. This is the one that he's involved with an older woman. It's not my favorite. A Portrait for Troyan. I thought it was an ambitious episode with good ideas. It just wasn't executed well enough. Dr. Ruth was kind of lame. I don't care that it's 93. Liberation, 94. I don't really care. I didn't love that episode either. Moments to Live was kind of silly, so I don't care. Stand Up was a bad one, and Blood Moon was bad. Some of these lower tier ones are fine. They're where they need to be. But some of them, I think they were harsh, like Seabride and One Strobe Over the Line. I don't think they were that bad. Like that's an exaggeration. So yeah, older women are hot. Sometimes older women are hot, but I think that the lady they put there, she wasn't exactly Halle Berry, if you know what I mean. Just an example. Tale of Two Sweeties is definitely bottom 20 for me. Yeah, it's bad. Caleb Levine says, Price of Reason, have you decided on what show you'll review next? So I just want to give you a quick update. A week from now, I think we're going to be doing the worst of the worst Quantum Leap episodes. I also want to try to get in something called like chat appreciation stream, where I want to be able to sit with some of you guys and hang out and talk to you. Find a way to bring some people up. Tex Rogers was doing initiating some initiative with that. That would be pretty cool to do, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to do it. So next week, worst of the worst, chat appreciation. I have to see how that incorporates, and probably either next week or the one after that, we're going to announce our next project. And I think you're going to like it. Like I said, it captures some of what we already do here right now, but it's gonna go in new directions that we haven't done yet. Because obviously we watched all of Quantum Leap, so we'd be watching other things, and we tried to think of a way to keep it interesting. In the case of Quantum Leap, I felt really good going over all the episodes, but we have an idea that's sort of more versatile for the next project, and we're very, very hopeful. We have a feeling that the people that were interested in what we did with Quantum Leap will be able to enjoy what we do with this other stuff. I think that it will be fun. Hey, White Bear, how's it going? And hey, Face Summer, how's it going? It's a nice avatar. We'll see what happens. There's certainly, we've thought about a lot of stuff. And yeah, I've been talking to Tex. We're going to have a good like chat appreciation thing that is going to happen. So like I said, worst of the worst, because we did the best of the best stream. But we're going to do like the worst of the worst, like try to decide what's our worst episodes. And after we do worst of the worst, like I said, chat appreciation, and then we're going to be doing the new show. Within the next between week or two, we'll be announcing what the new show is. So you guys should stay in touch with us. I only like the Tony Award performance of Defying Gravity. I don't really know what's going on. Let me just go through all the people that are here to make sure that I say goodbye to them. Unfortunately, I see Mary White. She's doing her Thanksgiving, so she usually does the list. But we have Tex Rogers, Kit Kat, Matthew McGee, Michelle Ferry, Ron Donofero, Tex Rogers, Marla Sharondoff, Matthew McGee. If I forgot anybody, I'm so sorry. Tracy Alexander, Tomahawk 511. I'm trying my best. If I forgot, really truly sorry. Malachi D. Wildman. I'm sure in the replay we'll have Super Mario Brothers 3 watching. Caleb Levine. The Dead Man, friend of the channel. Kenny Long 653. Happy birthday, man. Oh, not happy Thanksgiving. I'm already tired. I have another stream. Let's look at all this. Scribe Light says top secret. It is top secret. Hello, everyone. Just stopping by. I've been up since 5 a.m., so I'm off to bed. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Backyard TARDIS, of course. And I love the amount of comments here. We had Michael as well. I thank you for stopping by. Faye Summer, White Bear. So yeah, great hanging out with you all. And now that we've done that, I am going to be on my way. I'll play my outro, and I'll see you all here next week. Have a great Thanksgiving. Of course, at 11:45 there will be another stream that I do called the Night Owl. So you're all welcome to hang out there. But as far as this one goes, I think that this is it. Give me just 1 second. Let me try to. I can't explain what I'm doing, but I'm trying to do something, and hopefully it'll work. You all can talk in the chat for a second. One moment. Customization. Okay, I think I did it. All right, guys. So whoever is in the Night Owl one, I'll see you in the Night Owl. And then I am going to end our stream and go to our outro. Bye, everybody.